Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, the foreign aid package was finally passed through the House, and it's on its way to the Senate to be debated and hopefully approved before the end of the week. And Biden will sign that, which means funding will finally get to Ukraine as well as the other countries impacted by this. Susan Lynn, psychic medium, had a wonderful 2-part reading on this. If I remember, I'll throw a link in the description. Otherwise, look up Susan Lynn, psychic medium, and she had a 2-parter that she put out on Thursday and Friday, I believe, covering this. And hers covers why was it that Mike Johnson waited so long to bring this bill to the floor, and it only happened after he visited Trump. And why would Putin, who seems to control Trump, thus also controls half of the Republican House of Representatives, why would Putin even allow for this bill to come forward or encourage this bill to come forward? Because Trump doesn't do it without Putin's permission. And she gives a really interesting explanation about it. And not to give too much away, but just at a high level, it seems that it's a way to further encourage American isolationism. The example she gave was one of the reasons why the Republicans are trying to defund Social Security and take away stuff, Medicare and stuff like that, is so that when funding goes to Ukraine, the Republicans could say, oh, you know, why are we giving money to Ukraine? We could be using that to fund Social Security or Medicare for our citizens as opposed to them. And that gets people all worked up because they're now under pain. They may be sick. They're poor. And now they get angry because the money that they're being told, the money that could be given to them, is going somewhere else. And that would cause isolationism in the United States. That's what she thinks is going on at a really high level. Again, check out her videos. They are in depth. They have a lot of detail, a lot more explanations. She's an amazing reader. And if she's not in your regular feed, you should add her. Again, I'll try and just add a description to a link to my description on this video. Back to this. So the bill passed. Let's look at the energy of this as it goes to the Senate. I don't think there should be any problems, but really the main purpose of this reading is, what's Marjorie Taylor Greene going to do? She says he's basically a dead man walking. He's a lame duck Speaker of the House. So first off, energy around this bill, entertainment purposes only. The Empress, everybody's finally getting taken care of here. Enough money for everyone. I don't think the Senate is going to do anything to gut this bill. I mean, they only approved it 2 months ago, and here it is finally back on their desk. Way to go, Johnson. Yeah, they're going to advance this thing. Wheel of Fortune. It's been a long time coming. This has been a long time coming. You know, for Putin, it's mission accomplished. He has gotten the GOP to delay this funding 6 months, allowing Russia to push back and take territory they lost. It broke the Ukraine offensive's momentum and allowed Russia to push back through the elections so that Putin could show how Russia's doing better in the war when it comes time to reelect him. Like that's a thing, you know. He's already got rigged elections, but okay. In the past, we got the 8 of Cups, the emotional walking away. You can imagine from Ukraine's point of view, it seems like the United States walked away from the Ukraine and their responsibilities. Folks inside the United States know exactly why and what group is responsible for this. And that would be the Putin faction of the House of Representatives, which represents about 25% of them, which are Republicans. Current situation is the 3 of Coins, the backroom dealing. You know, there's the shenanigans going on between Putin, Trump, and the Putin faction of the Republican Party in the House. They've delayed things. It's now up to the members of the Senate to overcome these delays and get this funding approved. It should not be, this whole process should not have been difficult. There was Now, again, it passed through the House with like 75% support. This was never supposed to be this big of a deal. There's no reason why this couldn't have been done. Heck, remember, this bill that got passed also had the border stuff that the Republicans wanted in the House. And now they've passed all the funding without the border stuff, which is why Marjorie Taylor Greene's all screaming up and down about the open border here and Johnson's got to go. And she's trying to, and here comes the overlay, she's trying to get that backroom support, and she's finding it difficult travels right here. For the Senate, you got the 4 cups to offer funding for the different countries, Israel, Taiwan, Ukraine, the Palestinian aid, but it's also to that last one. It's also to make force China to sell TikTok to to Steve Mnuchin or somebody along those lines. The outcome is this Ace of Swords. Yeah, they do their negotiations. I don't think they're interested in negotiating. They're going to get all 4 of these funding passed, and it's going to pass. Now, back to Marjorie Taylor Greene, because this is like one of those layered readings. Here she is trying to stop all this funding, trying to be the queen bee here. And since Johnson didn't do what she told him to, how could he not listen to the Empress? She's got, our borders are open. You didn't give us that, and I'm going to see what I can do about getting you out. To her, Mike Johnson abandoned her and her ilk. She's backroom dealing right now, trying to figure out a way to get enough votes to get rid of him. There's some Democrats, at least 2 Democrats from New York, have signaled that they will support Mike Johnson. So she's got to get more Republicans on board to help get rid of Johnson. The problem she's running into, it's not an easy thing to do. Why? The Republicans aren't interested right now in replacing Mike Johnson. The party already looks like it's in turmoil, and she's not offering them anything as a replacement for Mike Johnson. And again, some Democrats have signaled that they'll vote to support Johnson, so that's going to be kind of humiliating. In the end, does Marjorie Taylor Greene really listen to anything anybody says anyway? No. This is her destiny. This is going to be her crowning achieving moment. So, what do I expect her to do? I expect her to bring that motion anyways. Because she's Marjorie Taylor Greene, and that's what she does. And again, that was really a neat reading. I was not expecting to get the Marjorie Taylor Greene overlay on that with the Senate approvals, but it lends itself really, really well to that. And it makes my reading shorter. To me, it shows how these 2 things are linked. While the Senate is looking at this and they're going to approve this funding, and Slava Ukraine, it's going to help with Ukraine. Marjorie Taylor Greene is just spitting nails right now because she's not getting her way. I don't know what her way is. Apparently only she knows. Okay, so Miss Greene, you making a lot of noise. What's your next move here? What are you going to do about Mike Johnson, who just, she went to go talk to the manager, and the manager looks like he said no, that she might have to go take her business somewhere else. That always works out well in those TikTok videos. It's funny. I was, just before I started reading, I walked in the room and asked Michelle what she was doing. She's laying on the bed. She was on watching Karen videos on TikTok. What's Marjorie Taylor Greene going to do with all this? She's going to scream and yell and clutch her pearls and make a bunch of noise. She's going to do what she does best. Pearl clutching fun. Where's the fainting couch? And then fight. Fighting from a position of advantage. like bullying people, she's just out there trying to work people up into a froth. Part of this might very well be that she does bring up a motion to vacate the House speakership. Yeah, foolish. She's absolutely gonna do this. It might be timing. Remember, everything's always about timing with these folks. What's happening right now, that if the motion to vacate the speaker happened, what would that take attention away from? Like, oh, I don't know, the Donald Trump New York criminal trial, for instance. So maybe if Michael Cohen is testifying or Stephanie Clifford is testifying, like one of those two, I would expect her to bring up this motion to vacate, to try and have competing headlines for that event. She could be working with Trump, coordinating with Trump to do this. And it wouldn't matter to Trump that he's got his arm around Mike Johnson saying, yeah, get this funding passed. And the minute the funding's passed, it gives Marjorie Taylor Greene the opportunity to stick the knife in the back, and Trump will tell her when to do it. I think that's more to the point. She's kind of a mercenary to Trump, and Trump's going to tell her, and it's going to be a foolish, dumb thing to do. It's not going to work. But, if Trump's getting really embarrassed or humiliated by this testimony, then, maybe the Speaker Johnson votes to remove him will take the attention away. And then, the media cycle was all focused on the replacement for like a week or two. And that could be the time when there's a bunch of stuff coming out on Donald Trump that he doesn't want people to know about. Just trying to think like he thinks. Yeah, in the past we've got the moon card, the secrets. All this timing is going to be done to hide Trump's secrets. There's communications in the background. There's lunacy, but this is not only is she just barking mad, but this is going to be done to try and mask Trump's secrets. Current situation is the Page of Swords. So yeah, there she is trying to bring this motion down, but it's a page. It's a sword. Doesn't look like it's going to be very successful. It may not be the news hit, competition for what's coming out in the trial. Overarching energy is the Six of Coins. This would be one of those things where Trump is saying, if you do this for me, I'll dangle that vice presidency in front of you because I know that's what you really want. He's offering her stuff of value and he's just giving her crumbs, but the crumbs are the bread trail. I really think he's dangling the VP part over her to get her to do stupid, foolish stuff because it works. Trump doesn't care. He doesn't care that he has no intention to have her be the VP. All that he cares about is that she thinks he has the intention to do it. The lesson to be learned is the Nine of Swords. This is just none of this is going to work. None of this is going to work. She's going to bring this thing to the floor. It's going to fall flat on its face. Enough Democrats will be there to support him, following Hakeem Jeffries' lead, that they're not going to replace the speaker. Even if it gets some airtime, it doesn't get enough airtime to, I'm sorry, more people are going to want to know what Stephanie Clifford has to say about Donald Trump and his misshapen mushroom, entertainment purposes only, than they do about, Mike Johnson being replaced as the House Speaker. They're just numb to that nonsense right now. And since it's not effective at hiding the secrets, she's not going to get the big payout that she's hoping for. Outcome is the High Priestess. It's just, she should have known better. She doesn't know better. And I think in the end, the Stephanie Clifford and Karen McDougal testimonies, that's what people are focused on. they're focused on this, and they look at Marjorie Taylor Greene as she's just that crazy Jewish space laser lady. Her head's up in the clouds. She is just loopy as a loon. She's an international or national nightmare. She doesn't offer anything of value. She's just a shrill banshee of a woman. I forget the term that I'm looking at that goes with shrill. I believe Frasier used it to describe Lilith on an episode where he wasn't really fond of Lilith in the Frasier series. I'm going to have to look it up. Anyway, let me see if I can figure it out. It didn't take too long, of course. The minute I pause it, look it up. Shrill harpy, I believe, is the term he would use on something like that. It actually fits her pretty well. Ugh. And I have faced shrill harpies in my D&D group. And for all you Baldur's Gate 3 fans out there, yes, I've had to face that part of it too in the Druid group. Tough battle at low levels. Okay. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, that's perfectly fine. It was only meant for the dozen people that have played the game and know what I'm talking about. If even that many watch this. Okay. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be successful in ousting Mike Johnson? Just a little four-carder. All indications, where's my magic 8-ball? All signs point to no. But let's see. Will she be successful in getting him out? The Magician, she's going to try. She's going to try and manifest it. She might be successful. The Hermit card, look at all these major arcana. There's the Page of Swords. 4 of Cups. Knight of Cups. I think she's going to force the vote. She's going to be there to force that vote. And people are going to have to come in to save Johnson. And this would be Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats with a peace offering here. Yeah, it'll go to a vote. The vote's going to be no. Enough Democrats come in to support Johnson that he's not removed. Okay, that's as the energies stand now. That's what I'm seeing with this one. So funding passed, yes. Johnson removal vote or goes to the floor, yes. Why? Distracts from the trial. Will it distract from the trial successfully? No. Will it get Johnson removed successfully? No. Shrill Harpies references for the win? Yes. Baldur's Gate 3 references? Fail. Anyways, we'll end it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so my video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks discovering this channel recently or for the first time, welcome. I'm glad you found us. I hope you found this reading entertaining and insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.